I got this heap of shit the other day. The guy had it on Facebook Marketplace for a long time. He started out, I think, $150, and he dropped down to 125 and 100, and then finally dropped it all the way down to 80. And I thought, you know what? Let's do it. Then I get it back home, and I notice that both of the bar studs are bad. This one here is stripped out, and this one here is broken off. And anyways, it's just, I'll have to replace that at minimum. It also doesn't have a chain adjustment tensioner. And then I looked, so what it is, it's a Husqvarna 365 clone. And I betcha this is one of those with the open port cylinders. I don't know for sure, you know, have to dive into it and see. I don't even know if it runs, but before I replace those bar studs, I'll go ahead and get some gas in it. It does have some gas in there, but oh fuck. That fuel cap is tight. Smells like fuel. Yeah, I'll go ahead and, all I did was check for compression and just walk away. The guy, you know, he kind of wanted to talk to me, and well, I didn't really want to talk to him. Boy, that sucks. Let's go ahead and see if it'll crank off. I don't know if it doesn't have any oil on it in it or what, but it's not oiling. Let's see if it's got any oil in it. Dang, that's tight too. Oh, fudge. Oh no. Oh, it's bone dry. They ain't never even put no oil in this thing. They never put oil in this thing. No way, not a chance in hell. There's no oil in it at all. So, got my work cut out for me with this thing. But, you know, I figured $80. But then I got home, and it's a Huyosen 6524, and I saw that you can get them brand new on Walmart, on the Walmart web page, whatever, for $150. So I was like, well, shit, I should have just bought a brand new one, but I didn't want a brand new one. We'll dick around with that thing and make something out of it. I don't know. All right, guys, same shirt, different day. I went ahead and I put new, well, these are off of an old crankcase that I had, OEM bar studs in there. I had to cut some threads for that right there and put that bolt in. And I put new, or again, off of an old saw, I put OEM fuel and oil caps on there. This had suffered a smash in the front and it broke that lip off right there. And I noticed with taking out the old cap that it was cutting the rubber seal. And so I smoothed that out. I smoothed that out with my hand piece, my rotary grinder. And so now it's working good. So all I'm going to do right now is fire it up and see if she oils. Oh, I wanted to bring this to your attention. It's got a nut on there on that crankshaft. I've never seen that on a 372 before. It's always been a C-clip. Anyways, let's see. I put some fresh gas in it and it's filled with oil. So we'll see if she oils. Yes, sirree, she's oiling. She's oiling. So, hot damn diggity. All right. So far, I'm $80 in and some scrap parts, and she runs. She's a runner. This has the low top. It's the low top version. It's got the winter clam style filter, which just popped right apart. Oh, it wasn't snapped together. All right. These winter filters, right, is real thin. Why is that? They do offer better airflow, but it's not because you need better airflow in the winter. It's actually exactly the opposite. A lot of people like myself, I'm buying a house in New York, so these might be necessary for me, right? But currently I'm in Atlanta, and in Atlanta, we don't need these winter filters, not at all. But what's the purpose of them? The purpose of them is to allow moisture through. That's why they're more free flowing. Because if you don't allow moisture through in an extremely cold environment, then the moisture gets stuck on top and it turns to ice and it blocks up your airflow. So the whole purpose of having a high flow air filter for the winter is to allow moisture through. So this, I just noticed, it does have the Walbro carburetor, and now no one seems to really know the mystery of that. Are these just complete knockoffs of Walbro? And they're being sold as Walbro, but they're not at all. Or are they commissioned by Walbro to be made in China? Don't know. But the next step for this guy is to go ahead and throw on a bar and chain and put it in the wood and see if it cuts. It needs a new side cover for it, a new clutch cover. And I just ordered one on Amazon. It's like $14 for a made in China cover. Problem is it'll be orange, so I'll probably paint that black. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this saw, but knowing myself, I'll probably go ahead and port it and everything and just see. But today's video, we're just going to run it. We're going to throw a different clutch cover on there and see what it's got, see if it runs pretty good. It's been my experience that the 65cc versions of the 372, if you've got the good closed port setup, they run just as good as the 71cc version. They're really nice saws. So we'll just see what she's got. I like how the plastic's all already black, and then we got a red top. This top has been faded quite a bit, but I have some red dye. Maybe we'll try and red dye it, and I don't know. We'll see where this goes. All right, so here we are with the, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'll say Huyosen 6524. So again, you can buy these things on Walmart.com or whatever their web page is. You can probably pick them up in other places too. I definitely have seen them on Alibaba, but they're pretty cheap. I got it for $80. Had to spend a little bit of time on it. It came with a bar, but I wanted to use this longer bar. I've got them. It's a longer chain, and we're gonna see how she cuts. So without further ado, let's fire it up. Oh. Well, better choke it, I guess. Call that pig rich. Just lean it out. First, we got to work on that idle. So it's too lean on the low side, too rich on the high side. Well, maybe it wasn't too rich on the high side, on the low side. Or lean, I should say. There we go.
That's a pain in the ass.
Clearly we got idle issues and stuff.
Well, it doesn't seem to be rev limited at all. It also seems to be the air injection seems to be working really well, because every time it gets to higher RPMs, this top cover pops off. So, but best I could tell, putting on tack and everything on it, you know, it was getting up above 13,000 RPMs when revving it free rev, which is pretty good considering. Power wise, it felt good. In the cut, it was, you know, about 10,000 RPMs, which is a little low, but these things are known to need a timing advance. By these things, I mean Chinese 372 clone saws, and well, in this case, 365 clone saws. But chain's cutting all right. I did a just a little hand cleanup file on it. That's all I did. Yeah, 80 bucks. I mean, and again, it came with a bar. I just didn't want to run it because it was ugly. But the Huyosen 6524, like I said, on Walmart, they're about 150 bucks. Good way to get into a clone saw, if you ask me. Not the best way. I definitely prefer the Husqvarna. The Husqvarna, and you know, Husqvarna / Farmer Tech, they do seem to be a little bit higher quality in my experience. I know other people have other experiences. The Neotech saws and the Farmer Tech, so Neotech and Farmer Tech, same thing. They just did something a little different, just like Husqvarna and, I'm sorry, Neotech Farm Mac are the same thing, and Husqvarna Farmer Tech are the same thing. But I've had a few of the Neotech saws in my hands, and the Farm Mac saws, and there was a lot going on that was wrong in both situations, and so I can't help but like the Husqvarna stuff better, because every time I've gotten the Husqvarna, there hasn't been any issues. So you just get them and they run. So anyways, but they're still Chinese saws. They still have little things, little issues, things go wrong with them and stuff. But what should I do with this thing? I mean, and really think about it. I don't need it at all. I got 80 bucks into it. Turn around and sell it, you know, for 150. That's an option, right? Do a giveaway saw. That's an option. I know you guys, you watch the channel, you're blue, port it, you know, but that takes time and effort, you know. Do I want to spend that much on a saw like this, especially whenever I've got the real deal and stuff? I don't know. Think about it. Maybe it's worth some real effort put into it. Like I said, as it is, 80 bucks into it, and I've got a couple parts off of junk saws that I use to make it running. I do like how it's all black. You know, the crankcase is black, all of the plastic is black except for this top cover, which is red, and the trigger assembly is red. So I do like the color scheme that it's got going on. I'll have to, whenever that new clutch cover comes in the mail, maybe just paint it black so that it looks better. It's like a reverse of red. Reverse Johnson red. Johnson red's red all on the bottom and black on the top. This thing's red on top and black on the bottom. But do I think you should run out and buy one? No. It seems, I don't know. I mean, it's running and cutting fine and everything, and so damn cheap. 150 bucks? Holy frioles. That's cheap for a 372 clone, or even if it's the 65cc version. That's stupid cheap. It has that wrap on the handlebar where it has places for your fingers, you know, indentations and stuff. I'm not too keen on that, but for 80 bucks and just a little bit of effort and know-how, it's good. It's a good deal. It might be a good deal for somebody wanting to pay full 150 for a brand new one.